Welcome back to Project 6 Coaching, the channel that has your back. This week we're going to talk about putting your inner voice in its place. Your inner voice comes from an old place in your brain that's designed for safety. It's not going to tell you anything positive. It's only there to protect you. So sometimes listening to that voice is not helpful. It's overprotective and you need to know when to listen to it and the different characters involved. These characters can be your saboteurs. Everyone has saboteurs and they're unique to you. These voices at one time served a purpose, but the problem with these voices is they don't go away when the job is done. And when they stay around, they turn into your saboteurs. I get these saboteurs from a book, Positive Intelligence. Sharad Sirham, he is a Stanford professor and has a great TED Talk on this topic. I will cover the characters of his saboteurs. They are the stickler, the pleaser, the victim, restlessness, hypervigilant, controller, avoider, hyper-rational, and hyperachiever. Again, these were all characters that served a purpose at one time. Now they get in your way. When I took the assessment, I showed up with a 10 on restlessness. Sometimes I can get overactive or overfunction. We all have activating saboteurs or deactivating saboteurs. You can take the assessment at his website. I'll link it below and link his book below also. The concept is to identify your saboteur that is fused to you. This is called cognitive fusion. And the next step is to defuse, to identify restlessness for me, then to defuse it, separate it, and then replace it with something positive. He'll cover the different characters in his books and what you can do. You'll replace this with positive characters that are laid out in the book so you can start designing your new future. So to review, this is a process called cognitive fusion and cognitive diffusion, and then after that you replace it with something positive because you can never leave a void. When you leave a void, the old habits come back into play. Your inner voice is not your best friend. Think about it. Things that you say to yourself, would you say to your best friend? Your inner voice can be apathetic. Pay attention. Is it coming from a place of apathy or from a place of empathy? If it's coming from a place of apathy, this will slow you down and will take you out of your zone, your flow, where you get your energy. Flow psychology is the opposite of apathy. This is where you are moving into your sweet spot. This is where your inner voice shuts down and you become very productive, very happy at the same time. Scientists think your brain activity spikes when you're in flow, when you're in the zone, in your sweet spot. But brain image scans show that your brain is actually deactivating and allowing you to accomplish more with less fatigue. There is no apathy at play. There's only energy forward. When you're in flow, you do not have time to ruminate. You only have time to do, and it's pure enjoyment. I encourage you to read the book Flow by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. He talks about the perfect spot between anxiety and boredom. If you're ever bored, you need to move more. You need to be more active. If you're anxious, you need to slow down. In his book, he showcases the flow channel, the perfect spot in between anxiety and boredom. Since your brain is protective, it could tend to be negative, and you have to watch out for what cognitive behavioral therapists call ants, automatic negative thoughts. You have to catch them before they become too many, or it could lead to depression or anxiety. I think of it as smashing ants, automatic negative thoughts. I catch it, challenge it, and remove it when it doesn't make sense. The brain is not going to make a lot of sense when it's trying to protect you. It only wants to protect you. It does not want you to thrive. It only wants you to survive. You have to make sure. Another way to shut down the inner critic is meditation, mindfulness, even breathing methods like the Wim Hof method that really puts you into the extreme now. The Wim Hof method is a mixture of deep breathing methods along with cold exposure, stimulating your brainstem and your primal thinking. It is shown to improve anxiety, depression, and a host of other illnesses. There is a book out there called What Doesn't Kill You. The author's original intent of the book was to debunk Wim Hof, to disprove him, to show that he is a fraud. As he went through the Wim Hof method, he became a believer and scrapped his old book and wrote the new book advocating and evangelizing for the Wim Hof method from his personal experience. I encourage you to look into this. Your inner voice is always trying to convince you you're not enough because it doesn't want you to put yourself out there and take risks and to get injured. And you have to be mindful of this. Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Everything starts in the brain. Everything starts as a thought. Every idea, every invention, everything in this world started as a thought in someone's brain, good or bad. Just remember, your negative thoughts are coming from a blind spot. You need to pay attention to them, and if they're negative, smash them like ants. Thank you for watching this video. Another video will be coming out soon. If you'd like to explore a little bit more in coaching about your negative thoughts and creating a healthier inner voice, you can go to Project 6 Coaching, which is linked below. We can talk about your goals and your future possibilities. You can get more done in 1 year with a coach than you can 10 years by yourself. Let's get you supercharged. Thank you.